Let's get into it. Sold Not For Sale podcast. Coach Colin here. We got Joe Rogan talking about one huge lie that Kamala Harris told. It was about troops that are in combat zones, war zones right now. So I'm going to be showing you a bunch of proof towards that. I'm going to show the Kamala Harris quote where she lied, and then a Joe Rogan clip. Now, I could have put this in the last video that I did, but I felt like this needed to be a standalone video. I didn't want it to just be a quick clip in a much bigger video, so I just wanted to do this because I think the men and women who are overseas right now risking their lives deserve that respect. Let's start off with this Joe Rogan clip, and we'll get into the rest.
Allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do. Like, there was a lot of outrage because people were saying that ABC somehow or another had gotten the subject matter to Kamala, and that they had agreed to Kamala that they were not going to ask her about her DA record when she was in California, and that they were not going to talk about some other person she was involved with that might be in trouble, and they weren't going to fact check her. And then they said they were only going to fact check Donald Trump.
Yeah,
which is what led to her saying quite a few things that weren't true, and no one said anything about it, particularly about troops being deployed overseas.
Yeah.
Did you see that video where the troops are like, what the f*** are you talking about?
I got a really good friend of mine that's deployed in overseas right now. And,
not according to Kamala Harris.
And, yeah, he's sniping bad guys over in Africa.
Yeah, how mad would he be if he heard that?
I mean, they're pissed.
I'm not in a war zone.
They're pissed.
They should be pissed. So this is from an Instagram account. I don't know what podcast this clip came from.
So let's get into that. I just wanted to show this to you guys real quick. So this is the lie that she told, and I think it's very knowingly. I think this whole debate that they did, her campaign was like, we are just going to shape public opinion. The people who watch this type of network don't go into X, don't try to get informed. Let's just tell them whatever we want and it'll work. Listen to this.
As of today, there is not one member of the United States military who is in active duty in a combat zone in any war zone around the world, the first time this century. As of today,
I really do wish, not just that she was fact-checked, I wish Trump said something to that. I wish he was like, you know, because I'm positive he knows. He definitely knows, because his big thing is, you know, there was no new wars. So, you know, I wish somebody said something, but here's some guys trying to make the best out of this situation. Listen to this.
as of today, there is not one member of the United States military who is in active duty in a combat zone in any war zone around the world, the first time this century. What? But let's understand.
So where the are we right now?
So, like I said, those are just some guys literally making the best of it. They're in a war zone right now. You know, they're risking their lives, you know, and they're literally seeing Kamala Harris say that. You know, this guy's not even laughing about it. He's like, this is actually not funny. And she's the black candidate, so he's like, I was rooting for you. He for sure was like, I was rooting for you, but you just lied about this. So they're obviously out there, man. It's not a joke. It's good that they're able to make light of a situation like that, but it's absolutely wild. But let's get some real numbers on what's going on. When you hear what this lady, what's her name? Maura Healey. She is she's like a representative, spokesperson for Harris Walz. Listen to what she says in explanation to Kamala Harris's lie.
I want to ask you about her comments about the military. She said during the debate this about the U.S. military. Let's listen.
As of today, there is not one member of the United States military who is in active duty in a combat zone in any war zone around the world, the first time this century.
Our fact checkers found that to be false, and I have a lot of experience in that area as well. There are currently 900 U.S. military personnel in Syria, 2,500 U.S. troops in Iraq. All have been under regular threat from drones and missiles for months. We also have action in the Red Sea. We also, every single day, the Navy SEALs, Delta Forces, special operators can be part of any sort of deadly raid. So why would she make that claim?
Well, I think what's important here, Martha, is that Kamala Harris, in contrast to Donald Trump, demonstrated herself to be commander-in-chief. We are in a world where there are all sorts of conflicts, and it's all the more reason we need somebody who's serious and who supports the military. And just remember,
but Governor, excuse me, but she said there is not one member of the United States military who is an active duty in a combat zone. That is not true. You say she demonstrated her ability to be commander-in-chief, but did she not know about these people in Syria and Iraq? Why would she say that?
Look, that was a comment. That was a comment in a debate. I think the point that she was trying to make was a broader point. And of course, we have military in place all around this country.
What? That was the explanation. She's just like, she was basically like, nah, never mind that. Listen, the thing about Trump is he sucks. That's basically what her explanation was. She's like, listen, she's commander-in-chief. That's why she made something up and lied to the American people. That is what the president does. Am I right or am I right? What is she talking about? Absolutely amazing. Actually, not amazing. It's getting really, really insulting. You know what I mean? This is getting real insulting, where they just sit there with these smirks and they just straight up lie. And her whole campaign has been like this, from paying people to fill seats at rallies, lying about her own, working at McDonald's, what race she actually is, her family lineage. It's all just made up. It's the craziest thing. It makes Hillary Clinton carrying hot sauce in her bag when she went on a black radio show seem genuine. It's bonkers. I've never seen anything like this. I can't believe it. The person who's supposed to speak. This is the person who's supposed to smooth it over. And she's just like, nah, she showed that she was commander-in-chief. And, the thing is, contrast to Trump, remember what Trump did. You gotta, come on. That's what she wanted to leave it on. Just remember what Trump did. This campaign is crazy. Anyone who finds themselves supporting Kamala Harris, I can't believe I can't use the R word. They don't let us use the R word anymore. It's wild. There's so many R words. And I can't say that these R words are R words? This is crazy. What? Oh my God. But aside from the jokes, there was Vet's family. Man, such a crazy image. This guy right here. Make sure not to get his name wrong. His name's Garrett Illerburn. Garrett Illerburn. So this guy got hit with shrapnel in his head, and then it put him in this condition. Just wild, very, very wild. But this gentleman, he received the Purple Heart, as he should, 100%. That is him. Before the accident, before battle, really. And that's his father. His father's actually pretty upset about that. Could you imagine, that happened to your son, and then you hear Kamala Harris say something like that? The angry dad said, he claims that was a hit below the belt. We are still in war zones, he said bluntly, and Kamala Harris is trying to snow the public. Again, that's him. Received the Purple Heart, as he should. And then there's just another family as well. Holly Davis, I believe her name is, says right there, whose husband is a National Guardsman currently deployed in Syria, part of operations. And the threat of violence is ever present. She ended up saying that it's very hurtful that someone who's currently vice president is making these claims when my husband is literally sacrificing his life every day over in the Middle East. It's pretty wild. And just one more thing here. Just want to make sure I get this guy's rank and name correct. His son, Chief Warrant Officer Garrett Brunner. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's the gentleman. So definitely a hero. You know, a lot of people always have this this idea. They're usually socialists. I got to be honest. Whenever I hear this stuff, they have this idea that when these men and women go out to battle, that somehow they're actually serving the billionaires and all this stuff. Let me tell you something. These people are actually serving the country, whether you believe it or not. They are. If I had a little brother, and this little brother is getting me into fights, and he knows that I'm going to stand up for him no matter what, it doesn't make my act of standing up for him against whoever any less noble because he has bad intentions, or he's Raytheon, or he's a defense contractor and he's getting paid every time I fight somebody for him. It doesn't change that fact. I'm still defending a member of my family, and that's exactly what these men and women are doing. And when it comes to any attack on American soil, or if there's any war on American soil, those are going to be the first people that are going to step up to make sure that you don't die. I'm just saying that real quick because I saw that in the comment section. I see it in a lot of comment sections when it comes to war and vets. So I just wanted to put that out there. But that's what Kamala Harris said. Completely untrue. Her campaign doesn't want to take any responsibility for it. Neither does she. And I'm not surprised. So anyways, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. And other than that, I'm out.